here, having their steering wheels on your right hand side, or on their right hand side. So they are, of course, going across to UK then. What's quite good about these vessels, like the Begonia on the left hand side, is the fact that you have one big openable part at the back of the ship, and we'll possibly see that when going past here. So you could unload all the cargo at one and the same time, as you also take them from the different decks. Then you can see the two middle decks here and the weather deck. But it's impressive to have some 4,000 meters of goods on these ships. I can actually see the Atlantic Container Line ship arriving in the far distance now, to your right. A few hours delayed, but anyway. And if you now look to your left into the ship, you see the ramps going up all the way up to the upper decks, and also the ones going down underground. This ship leaves tonight for Immingham, arriving there tomorrow night, loading, unloading, loading. What's today? It's Tuesday, Monday today. Then 3 days later, it's back in Gothenburg again. So 24 hours one way and 24 the other way, and that's it. The little oil ship there to your left is, of course, the one bunker boat, as we call them, so you don't have to go to the petrol station to get your whatever fuel you need for the ship. We have a few windmills and a huge one called the Big Glen. Quite a few youngsters in Gothenburg are called Glen, and this is a huge one. It's a cooperation between the Port of Gothenburg, the University of Technology, Chalmers, and also the Gothenburg Energy. And if you look to your very left between the second and third windmill, then you see a few bluish sort of bleached things there. That's the oil harbour. That's where we get all the crude oil from, and that's how they take all the oil from the ships into the big pipelines and further on to the refineries. The Frisia Seaways, good view of that one that they are unloading at the moment. She sails between Gothenburg and Genf in Belgium. Another good view for those of you sitting to your right of the openable back of the ship there. We used to build a lot of ships in Gothenburg. The Scots, they came here and they taught us how to build ships from the 1850s. In the 1950s, Gothenburg was #1 in shipbuilding in the whole of the world. Just after the war, we were neutral, so we were lucky. In the 1960s, one thought, well, this is going to go on forever, so they built an indoor shipyard. Can you see the whitish building slightly to your left? And this indoor shipyard, it lasted for about 20 years that they built ships here up to the 1980s.